Are you having trouble getting consistent leads for your company? Whether you're a solo arborist or a business owner looking to keep your crews busy, this video is for you. There is so much competition in this industry, and I'm sure you don't want to be the one to undercharge just to secure extra jobs. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the secret strategy on how to get consistent, exclusive, qualified leads for your tree service company. But be sure to stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to be giving away a free step-by-step guide on how you can do this at home yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. So on my screen is a blueprint on how the strategy works and what we do in order to acquire leads. Now, the way we acquire leads is actually Facebook ads. And the reason why we use Facebook rather than Google is because we found that over the years, Facebook is cheaper and you can target people in your local area better than you could on Google. See, with Facebook, Facebook tracks every single link click, every single profile visit, every single like on an ad. They track every single little detail all across their platform. And so you're able to retarget those people in your area to get them to actually convert. Or Google, someone looks up any tree service, they go ahead, they click on Google, and they're competing with so many other companies for the top search ranking. You're also paying per click, and that click is usually way higher than on Facebook. So that's why, in my opinion, Facebook is the best platform to advertise on, and let me show you how we do it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is create a Facebook business page. So most of you guys probably have a Facebook profile, but you don't have a Facebook business page. If you do have a Facebook business page, great. You don't have to worry about that. It's pretty easy to set up, and I'll show you how to do it later in this video. So after you have a Facebook business page, you're going to want to have to create an ads campaign. Now, the way you do that is on the Facebook business portfolio, and I'll show you how to do that in this video because I know a lot of you guys are beginners and it's going to be super confusing going into Facebook and navigating through their platform because they have so many options, but I'm going to show you exactly what to do and how to do it in this video. So after we're going to create a campaign, we're going to have to make some ad sets, and in the ad set, that's basically how you target people on Facebook. So this means that depending on where you live, let's say you live in one city, you can target people 20 to 25 miles outside of that city. And so you're able to reach those people in your local area, and all of those ads will be shown to them. And the last important step to this strategy is the actual ads. Now, we like to create 3 ads at a time. We usually use images and videos to do this. So what you're going to want to do when you launch your ads is you're going to let them run for a couple of days to see which ones are working and which ones aren't working. So let's say that ad number 3 was working extremely well and it was a winner and you were getting most of your leads through this ad. Just cut these 2, leave this ad on and keep it running. Once you decide on which ad actually performs the best and you cut the other 2, you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to launch 2 more ads, ad 4, and you're going to launch ad 5. And you're going to let those 2 run and see how they work against this one. And then from there, you basically just keep doing that process over and over again until you find multiple winners. And let's say ad 5 becomes a winner, you keep this one on, you turn this one off, and you basically repeat this process until you have 3 ads that are constantly producing leads. Now I'm gonna show you a live example on how that works at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around and actually watch to the end. So the next thing you're gonna do is create a Facebook page on Facebook. Now here is just my personal account on Facebook. As you see, it's just like a regular Facebook page here. So if you guys don't have a Facebook business page, it's super easy to create. All you're gonna wanna do is come up to this menu at the top right, go to a professional dashboard, then come down to the left and scroll all the way down to the Meta Business Suite. And then in here, you're gonna come over to your name and say create a business portfolio. In here, you're just gonna fill out your information like your business name, your first name, last name, email, and then you're gonna go ahead and select create. I already have one created for my business, so I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna show you what mine looks like. So once you have that created, you're just gonna come to All Tools and go to Ads Manager. And it's gonna load up something like this. Then you're gonna come back to All Tools. You're gonna go to Business Settings. And once you're in business settings, you're going to come to pages and make sure that your Facebook page is linked to your business portfolio. Then you're going to come down to ad accounts and you're going to go ahead and select ad at the top right, say create a new ad account. Once you have all the information set up, you're just going to go ahead and add a card to this ad account. So that way you can spend some money and actually launch your first ad campaign. So once you have that all set up, just come to the left and make sure that you're on under campaigns. And in here is called the ads manager. So this is where we're going to create our first Facebook campaign. Also make sure at the very top here that the ad account that you did create is your business name and not your personal. So now we can go ahead and create our first campaign. So we're just going to click that green create button over here. And now there's a bunch of different campaign objectives to choose from. Now each one has its benefits and its downsides. Now for all of you guys watching, you're going to want to select leads because all of the other ones are pretty much useless. You can do engagement if you want to boost your video views or if you want to boost engagement on a post. If you want to get traffic, you can get more people to click on something or land on a landing page or maybe some Instagram profile visits, whatever it may be. You can send traffic to a destination. Awareness, you can pretty much just show your videos to as many people as possible just to boost your company out to the world. But what I suggest doing is just doing leads. All the other ones are great, but it's not going to optimize for people who are actually interested in getting tree service done. So we're going to go ahead and select leads and continue. Then we're going to go ahead and make sure that you're doing manual campaign. You don't want to do tailored leads because this is going to be basically a simplified version if you're very new to Facebook, but I would not do that. I would make sure that you do manual so you have full control of everything that you do. For the campaign name, you could title it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it tree service just because it's the easiest for me to remember. You could title it literally whatever, but it doesn't matter. Now, the only thing that matters in this is the Advantage campaign budget. Make sure to turn that on. And the reason why I turned this on is because it's going to let Facebook distribute the budget basically across all ad sets and all ads, letting Facebook have full control of figuring out what ads work and which ads don't work. Then you're going to go ahead and for a daily budget, just make sure to select how much you're willing to spend every single day. I recommend spending $33 a day, but if you're like new and you don't want to spend too much money, I don't suggest going under $20. If you go anything lower than that, you're just going to be basically burning money because it's going to take so long for Facebook to figure out which ads work and which ones don't work. And it's not even worth advertising if you're going to spend less than $20 a day. Now that we have this all finished, just click next, and we're going to go to the ad set. Now in the ad set, this is where all the targeting happens. Now for this, you can just type in whatever as well, just to keep yourself organized. Then for the conversion, make sure to select instant forms. Now all of these basically are different ways that you want to generate traffic to your leads. I suggest keeping people on Facebook and doing an instant form. The way this works is someone is going to see your ad, they're going to click on it, and they're going to lead to an instant form, which is going to ask them a bunch of questions, like a small survey, to get them to become a lead. This is essentially how you're going to qualify them to make sure that they're actually willing to go through with some kind of service. Then you're going to come down here to the bottom and just select your Facebook page. Just select the Facebook page that you created. Now for a performance goal, you can either maximize the number of leads or you can maximize the number of conversion leads. So basically telling Facebook to just give me as many leads or give me as many people who are likely to share their contact information after becoming a lead. Now you can do both and split test this. I recommend just starting out and just doing maximize the number of leads, because then you're just going to get a bunch of leads. And then from there, you're just going to get data into Facebook, where then eventually Facebook will figure out which leads are good and which leads are bad, and it'll help optimize it on its own. Now come down here and scroll down to the dynamic creative. I suggest to turn this off just because this is going to basically split test different headlines, images, creative elements, and just when you turn this on, there's just too many things and too many formats that Facebook are testing just to try to optimize the ad itself. But the only problem with doing this is that you don't know what works because Facebook is doing its own thing. Now coming down to budget and schedule, we already set our budget at the campaign level. I suggest just to select the next day at 12 a.m. so it has a full day of spending money. Now, if we keep going down to the bottom, you're going to come to locations, click edit, come down here, get rid of United States because we're not going to target the entire US. You're just going to target your city. So for this example here, I'm just going to select New York City and I'm going to select it at a 25-mile radius. Now, this is just basically saying that I want to target 25 miles outside of New York. Now, keep in mind that this radius is not going to just target the people in here. It's also going to target a little people outside of this radius as well. So it's probably going to reach some people in Mount Olive, reach some people maybe in Hamilton. That might be a little too far. Might reach some people in Brick, might reach some people in Coram. Now, the reason for this is because some people might live in Mount Olive, but they might work in Freeport. So they might drive into this radius, get the ad shown, and then come back home to Mount Olive, and they become a lead even though they're outside of this radius. Now, that's why I suggest having a radius a little bit smaller than what you actually want to have. So if you want to drive a total of 50 miles, make sure your target radius is at least 20 to 25 miles, and that way you're going to capture that full 50-mile radius. Scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see Advantage Audience and Advancement Placements. I suggest just leaving both of these on if you're new. If you're a little bit more experienced, you want to get into switching to audience, you can go ahead and use Original Audience. You can basically target more demographic wise. So instead of targeting people from 18 to 65, you could target homeowners, probably I would say 25 plus. And you can also go ahead and click edit and you can target some interests as well. So if people are interested in tree service, they're going to be interested in trees, and then you can go ahead and say browse, and then you can see people who are similar interests into gardening, backyard gardening, wood. I mean, anything that's kind of related to tree service, you can select as an interest, and this will also help Facebook kind of find those people that are interested in tree service. But if you're brand new and you don't want to do all this, then go ahead and just leave it as normal. Don't do any of this and just go ahead and run as is. And then once we have all that finished, just click next. And now we're going to be at the ad creation level. And this is basically each individual ad. Now we're going to scroll down to set up an ad creative. Going to go ahead and either add an image or a video. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you how to create one of these ads before I actually go ahead and launch this. So now I'm in Photoshop. Now for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you how to make a quick image ad. That way you can just kind of know how to do this. Now I'm using Photoshop. If you guys want to go ahead and use free tools, you can go ahead and use Canva. It's super easy to use and it's free. You don't have to worry about paying anything. Now, typically, I like to go ahead and do video ads just because videos work better in my opinion. Videos are just more engaging. They just get people's interest more, and you can say a lot more information than you can through a image. But I'll save that for another video on how I create the videos. For now, in this video, I'm just going to show you how to make a quick image ad. Now, the first thing, if you have your own images, go ahead and use your own image. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to find a quick image off of Google. So usually you want to select images of either your crew or a project actually getting done. So now I have the photo in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is just make it a little smaller because the quality is bad. Now, the cool thing about Photoshop is what I can do is I can just go ahead and select this image. I can select the inverse and just go ahead and say generative fill. And what this is going to let me do is going to make the image bigger by using AI. And there we go. That looks pretty good. There's a couple different versions to choose from. I like this one the best. So then I'm gonna go ahead and create a text layer, and we're just gonna go ahead and select an offer. And for sake of this video, I'm just gonna say $200 off tree removals. Yeah, but the problem is I can't really see this text because it's black. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a new layer, and we're gonna go ahead and make this black, and we're gonna change this text to white. $200 off tree removals. And we're gonna come here, change this to a green color, and that's something simple. I go ahead here, I'll make this crew a little bit bigger. In the ads, make sure to just add your offer and the location or any benefits that you want to add. Honestly, what you want to do for ads is keep testing. There really is no proven winning ad. You just kind of have to test different pictures and different videos to see which one works better. And here's just the final ad of what it looks like. Something super simple. I think that looks pretty good. $200 off tree removals in New York City. So I'm just gonna go ahead and export this. Now we're gonna come back to Facebook and we're gonna go ahead and upload that ad. And there we go. This is what it's gonna look like on Facebook. And then when it comes to the actual text and headline, for the headline, just do your offer, say $200 off. And then for the text, spend some time to write some ad copy. So here's just an example of what the ad will look like. But like I said, take your time to actually write out good ad copy, make it longer, make it engaging, add all your benefits, add your licensed and insured, add that you have a 24-hour turnaround removal, whatever you guys' benefits are within your company, just go ahead and add them in the primary text. Then come down to the very bottom. For the call to action, make sure that this is learn more. We've tested all these different buttons. Learn more works the best. So the very last thing that you have to do in this is create an instant form. So in this instant form is super easy to do. Now you can go ahead and test all these different form types. I do more volume just because I like to get as many leads as possible. And then from there, after we get leads, we can go ahead and kind of qualify them further to see if they're interested. Now for the intro, just gonna select a quick headline. I'm just gonna say get $200 off today. And then for the paragraph, you can say, here's an example, fill out the short form and claim your offer today. Now, for when it comes to the actual questions, make sure to add a quick question here. I add a multiple choice and I'll say, so here's what I'll do for the first question. What service are you interested in? And you could type in tree removals, trimming, stump grinding, and you could just basically let people know what they're interested in. And the more questions you add in this form, the more qualified your lead is going to get. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to add this question and come to next, and it'll basically capture their information. Definitely make sure to add their phone number in there because you want to collect, actually get their contact details to call them. Now, if you come to the very end of the form, just go ahead and select call business. And that way people can have the option to call you after they fill out the form. And there you have it. That's basically how you create your first ad campaign. So now that we have that all created, you're going to go ahead to this top right, see the action menu on ad number 1, say quickly duplicate. And you're going to come to the very top, change the name to ad number 2, get rid of this ad, and you're going to either add another image or another video. And do that 3 times, like I said at the beginning of this video. You're going to let that run, and you're going to see which one works the best and which one doesn't work the best. Kill the ones that don't work the best, keep the one that does, add 2 more ads, and repeat the process until you have 3 winning ads. And that's literally it. That's all it takes to run your own ads. Now that you know how to do this yourself, it's not rocket science. However, there is a couple of other things to consider when launching your first campaign, like the lead capture software to send automated follow-up messages and email sequences to capture 5-star reviews. So if you want my team's help to implement this exact same system into your company, then click the first link in the description to book a strategy call with me and my team. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm also going to link a free PDF guide below on how to run and launch your first ad campaign today. It's just a summary of what I did today, so you don't have to keep referring back to this video. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button below to see more content on how to grow your tree company business, and let's boost your company to the next level.